Hey, it's Smoove, and today we'll do things a little bit differently today. As you can see, there's no crazy setup or anything like that. No guests, no co-hosts, no nothing. We're just going to do pretty much what the title says, right? And today, we'll be talking about what people really don't say about Kevin Samuels and some of the things that he did. Most of the people, I would say, who have some sort of experience with Kevin Samuels pretty much was from a soundbite and just a random viral post that you might see, and you'll have an idea of what he was based on what you see in the clip. And a lot of these are carefully designed, and some of them are just not. Some of them are just put up there for shock factor, or just so they can get a repost, attention, whatever, controversy. And you wouldn't be able to have a complete idea of what he was trying to do. And so with that, we don't want to really miss the message. So a lot of people didn't understand what the message was. And if you looked at it for face value, just took it at face value, then you would have a completely different experience. If you didn't really listen to it in its entirety, if you didn't watch the shows or watch his Instagram in its entirety, then it would be pretty difficult for you to understand and get the full experience from what was happening. So if you just looked at it and you saw certain clips where he would rate women and ask how tall they were, what was their dress size, and everything else, it looks kind of crazy, because you're like, well, damn, who is he to talk about people like that? But at the end of the day, these particular women were looking for a very rare kind of man, and they probably would never even encounter this kind of man, because for one, they may never get a second look, because a lot of these individuals who came on here, they weren't up to par. And even if they were, their attitude, at least from what we saw in the clips, was pretty poor, to be nice about it. And they weren't ready to experience the top 1% of men, which is what most of these women were requesting or felt entitled to have. So, I mean, that's the thing. And, you could take it how you want, but like he always said, sometimes you just have to eat the meat and spit out the bones. And pretty much what he meant by that was to take the parts of it that you knew could help you, and if there were some things that didn't pertain to you, weren't relevant for you, or you just didn't like it, then spit it out. So a lot of people didn't pay attention to the first at least 5 years of him working. He was pretty much only talking to men and trying to encourage them to better themselves, as far as how to dress, how to smell, how to be better with your money, how to invest in yourself, how to work harder, 60 hours a week. That's what I do on paper. And then everything else that you see me do here is outside in addition to that 60. So I understand that mindset. And if you really want to get yours on that elite level, then you're going to have to put forth that type of effort to obtain it. And a lot of people didn't understand that. And he talked to men for a very long time about this. And he would trash men just the same as you would see him trash the women. But it was tough love. And I don't know if a lot of you know men like that, but I'm pretty sure most of us have that uncle, father, or just some male figure in your life that is very serious when it comes down to that. Like, no nonsense, no games, just no excuses. This is what is expected of you. You want to be great, go get it. And I absolutely understand that mentality. I don't see why someone wouldn't want to be the best version of themselves if you want the best result. He particularly talked about outcomes day in and day out. What outcome do you want? And how to at least have the best chance of obtaining that outcome. And that's the message that I feel like a lot of us missed. And, for what it's worth, he was the trailblazer, and not even just the manosphere, or, some people felt like he was part of the RP or Red Pill community. I can't say that, because he definitely did promote marriages and families, right? He suggested that, and I talk about that on my particular show. I absolutely promote dual parent households, just simply because it takes more than one, and some of the stats just don't lie. 70% of people who are incarcerated are from single parent households. They are a product of single parent households. So, that's just one stat. We could keep going on, but that's not what we're here for today. But that just gives you an idea of why someone would want to promote the dual parent household, promote families, because these are the children that become the best, have the best shot at becoming elite adults. It is what it is. That's just what the data shows. And it's pretty much to the point where you can't really argue it, because the numbers don't lie. If you want to argue those numbers, you can, but the fact of the matter is, you're going to have a better chance at life if you come from a dual parent household. And that's why I promote it as much as I do. So that's a major message right there. It says a lot, and that was the real motive. That's what he was trying to do, particularly with black people. He said that, we were at the bottom of everything, every category, and he wanted to have a positive impact on that. He wanted some serious change with that. So this is part of what he did. Who knows what he would have done if he would have been able to keep it going. I think this was just like phase one, honestly. It goes far beyond that whole dating situation, because a lot of people just think that he was just berating women just for the sake of entertainment and, worried about the whole dating experience. But it had a lot more to do with getting a good opportunity in life, period. And it starts with building family. If you don't have a solid family, how can you ever have generational wealth? It's impossible. So, and one thing you can't deny is his work ethic. He was going hard. If you talk to people who were close to him, I saw a lot of things expressed from, let's say, Melanie King, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. They talked about his work ethic like crazy. Nobody that they knew was even close to what he was doing. And he didn't just push himself, he pushed and motivated others in that realm. So that's why you see a whole, there's a whole, realm just for that type of content. He created an avenue for others to work, and he pushed others to the point where, like I heard O'Shea Duke Jackson and Melanie King talk about, they bumped heads with him. And their channels are doing really well too. And I would say that he at least helped them as far as influence. Well, this is by their own admission. You know what I mean? He helped pave the way for them, for anybody who's in that particular space. And he pushed them to the point where they would sometimes be angry. You're like, damn, why do you want me to go so hard? Why do you expect so much of me? And, it could seem overwhelming. But when you're called to do a task, it is what it is. Are you going to just just do it just to do it, or are you going to go all the way with it? So, I mean, that's what I got for it. I just wanted people to understand that that's what it really is. And I feel like we could all benefit from absolutely his work ethic. We can all benefit from his message. And, you know, he left behind a legacy. And hopefully people, as nobody's going to be able to really fill his shoes, but hopefully people can continue to convey his message positively. That's what we can hope for. And that's all we have for today. This is Smoove, and I'm going to be out of here. But before I go, as usual, stay hungry, my friends. Never thirsty.